You're good. Yes. You're good. Hello. We walked out together, so.
Me?
Where are we going? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hear it's louder than everybody.
But you guys can turn me down up here. Yeah. Oh. Okay. You're not bad.
How do I turn everybody up?
I'm just waiting for one more line to set up, guys.
It's so are you? So is there a comp?
I've never been in this one.
So there's really a comp?
Yes, past that.
Okay. Is there Discord? Okay. And do we have time to play like an actual game, or are they just starting? Okay, so we probably just keep okay. Just making sure, but it's like still. I'm gonna go on this street.
How much you guys? I vote one person.
Well, so you're
For one of them. Just a feeder. Alright, it's getting a bit loud now.
Yeah, I can't hear you. What's up? Is there a guy over there? Oh.
That's why
I can't land on anything, so. Oh, cool.
we have nerve players.
Are these all the people signing up for League 2 out there?
Yeah, they're coming on this.
Wait, are you serious? Is that busy?
Just the one side.
We get a warm up area, man. I wish I was. This is so cool. Alright, bro, just win. We'll be good. We all go 20 and 0 would be good.
Okay, it's just like the back.
Yeah, once we
So we got a couple of
I think I can someone sends me
Okay. I'm not gonna go to the street, I promise. X. Is that XX Matt Killer, MAT?
I just need yours.
Is there a space in between?
There should be space, doesn't matter. Verify was
Mad. M-A-D. Alright, you get that?
I don't even remember. Probably will.
Unfair player advantage. You know what? I hate feeders.
Wait, he's mastering, he's jungle, he's nothing on the team. Did they actually? Wait, what position?
Yeah, I didn't think we were either. That's why I did it. I like saying I'm Grandmaster on mobile like that.
No way. That translates.
It's on my phone. That's even like the highest rate. Max out. You know the phone one?
When am I gonna win? Oh, here. All right, so it's like half a minute. You guys have yours? You guys are too loud. No, it's talking. This is our no. I joined like
What's your time? Is that weird?
I'm watching. Oh yeah. I was wondering. Jake's showing me. I've never. I don't think I've played. Oh, where is it? In there.
I'm just waiting for this to be done.
No, I wish they had a special
No problem.
Are you the master dude?
Oh man, I'm here player advantage.
We're almost ready to go, guys. Sorry for that.
I heard that. What? No, I can't hear it now.
Did you want to join? I really don't know how much I can do at the moment.
Just you can turn it on.
Is anybody in this type of playing?
I was looking at everyone.
Anybody like? I'm gonna be in and out here, so I can do it every now and then. Stuff's really touchy with this program. If you crash it,
Yes. So is it 1 o'clock? The grand opening here.
Okay.
2:30. What's in a different room is the panel. They're getting ready to do the webcast tryouts. It was just turning about getting the tournament going. So this is their tryout? Alright, where is it? 2 thumbs.
I got 13 people.
Meanwhile, 5
Alright, so we should have the
right?
invite.
If it's a 5 yeah.
that's gonna be really Okay, I'm listening in the east side.
Just no roots of She's the only one. She's the only herself. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they're only doing hours. Basically, it's showing you screens.
Doing 5.
So it's not.
So this is the 6. I guess they have to do that. Yeah.
So it's something basic that you can do. You're looking at that screen. They're going to be. We had someone who's doing the active assessment. You take a left and go. It's screen 1 to 5. All you have to do is aim down here. 5. And 6. So just like.
I guess you have to do that.
That's problem here.
Could have done it here, but then you've got.
That side will be live.
Problem here is if you're sitting here, then you can put your left. Oh yeah, you're gonna see Buddy. Somebody's sitting there, right there.
Okay, everybody's in? Is everybody ready?
Yep. Oh, it's a
Waiting on one guy?
He's not ready.
Oh, man.
Hey guys, so your side, they can hear. Okay? Your side of Discord, they can hear in the live stream. Okay?
Okay.
So everything's already live. There's actually a ton of people already watching. So no pressure, boys.
How many viewers do you have right now?
I don't know.
20 or 30. Okay. We started like 2 minutes ago.
Nice.
All right, you can start it up. We're good to go?
They understand the physics of the teams, whereas some of the other kids just want to flip you. Let's kind of encounter it.
Oh, right.
Okay, you're already playing this game. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to play.
Start it?
Yeah, we good? You know, they're not thinking. This is not their money, it's probably the parents' game.
Alright.
Oh, you're betting.
Ben Jenna.
I can already,
She doesn't play Jet. You don't play Jet, right?
I can almost guarantee you that there's going to be students
Yeah, Jenna.
mentally decide not to go to our trials just because they don't think they're going to make the team or whatever reason. It's like, there's money on the line. Just, what's the worst case scenario? Just go and try out. Or get a match. You got to get that. Understand it.
No, two extra.
If this existed for me, I would have just picked up a game and just tried my best. I would have went to every try and just hoped that, you know, I made one of the teams. This is enough to prove for you.
Show. Then you had a good time trying. What's gonna be out there?
I did.
Yeah, basically,
Oh, no,
if they do it, they'll probably use draft mode, so they'll actually
Alright.
use the draft mode. There's all kinds of characters. I'll go back and forth and just pick some bands. Yeah. Oh, pick some bands too, so you'll have like this team. These teams are really tricky to play. Like, let's say if you do know your opponent, you can say, well, they have a player that's really good at this character, it's going to ban it. There's like strategy that goes into it. That's where like coaching and getting to know your team better can play a huge difference.
Time out, guys. Just a joke.
Oh, there he is. Let's go.
That was a lot of pressure, boys. Couldn't you close?
That's Eric. He's IT help. He was the one that originally spoke the game. So he was kind of apologizing for that. I was like, hey, sorry. Sorry, I gave you that pass and I had to take it back. Okay, whatever. They were gonna give me, if I wanted, they were gonna give me accommodations.
Alright, so you can pick her later. Do we have any other
Video.
Yeah, go last. Hey, what's for tomorrow?
Like Neil Duffy and Charlie Watson, those guys that talk about it.
Yeah, it's in
But they'll be on the panel. They'll be on the panel talking. It might have been, honestly. I kind of thought that just
Yeah, this was so shattered.
I can't
I just think that was kind of part of it. Because they were gonna, I think originally, he emailed, not my St. Clair, obviously. So I think he emailed my EG. And originally they were gonna bring me on the panel. And then they're like, okay, we're not gonna bring St. Clair college guy on the Lambton college guy.
I didn't know I was picking.
It's just hot.
Here we go. That's a compliment.
Like, regardless of regardless of being rivals, it's like the more important thing to start off is just building like building communities.
Alright, Roman, you need to.
Well, it's kind of like you know how football teams in the preseason they'll have mutual practice stuff like that.
Yeah. Honestly,
I got Brandon.
especially in year one, like the first few years, neither of our teams, St. Clair or
Alright,
I honestly don't think either of our teams will make it anywhere for the PC.
You have to build especially somewhat early.
You never know, but because we're competing against like UBC, like a tradition of winning every year.
Who's a jury here? Sorry.
You know what I mean? It's not. U of T is huge. Yeah, it's just gonna take time.
But I'm building an early.
That's great.
Same guy.
I hate the same guys. Let's say they started, the culture is exactly. So let's say they won 1 year, and then no players are like, sorry, we go there because they always win. We're not all we have going for us is the scholarship, which is awesome. But again, like I said, for some kids don't care about scholarship.
Yeah.
Put it on. Let's go. Does everybody know that this is
We've got a lot of intros. These are just people walking around.
Alright, so Stuart's gonna.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded anything.
Ours won't quite know what this place has for visibility, but
Yeah, I can do that.
the TVs that you have there, we get one of those up.
I don't forget.
Interesting.
There's only 3 in the
I don't know what's on there.
If you're they overcame the height of the last.
and so the street got here.
I need a what they did was that glass wall up
Alright, can we just all do that? I don't want to do class all those very good.
No, I know that they put the wall for sure. I saw them.
No, just protect. We need to protect like this entrance. Yeah,
They're a student administration council there too. Yeah, I wonder if they're. Oh.
Oh, it's Chico's?
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I got it. I just wasn't sure, like, if there were other people ahead of me or. Yeah.
They're getting part. Basically, they're getting ready. Those are the main. Those are AI.
Oh,
And the guy with the health bar, he's the person on the other team. Basically, the way this game works is you've got one army, let's say, up on the top right corner, one army in the bottom left corner, and they naturally fight each other. What the player control characters are the heroes that basically decide the game. They're like kind of like the edge. Naturally the battle is just going to be an even battle always.
Right.
The heroes are the ones that make those little minions give them the advantage.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 lanes, the top lane, middle lane, and bottom lane. And basically fight champions in each other. Yeah, it's 5v5, so some lanes have multiple characters, some lanes have one. In between the lanes is what's called a jungle, and it's just kind of neutral enemies in there, and you can kind of farm them to get, gold or experience, and then you can use that. If you farm the jungle well, you can use that experience to then go into one of the lanes and help your partners push that.
Interesting.
Like it's
So
some kind of ability. Yeah, I don't know this game that well. I know that I know how it works, but I don't know either champions.
I should have taken something better. What am I thinking?
Yeah, so this guy, so normally on 3 lanes, there's kind of a meta that's built in. It's like top is just a 1v1 battle, middle is a 1v1 battle, and then bottom you're gonna have 2 guys. You have a support character and a carry. All damage. So then the all damage character is actually like a class cannon. That's why you need that support. Whereas this guy, so this guy is kind of like a tank guy. He can manage to stay up in that lane alone. But you'll have the jungle roaming around. The jungle will maybe pop in at some point and help him out, and then when you're 2v1 that series.
No.
That's like a tower, so it's like a defensive turret. If you get to the point where you push and take that tower, you get like a bonus to your golden experience, and then it's gonna help you push your lane further. You're gonna gain more advantage, like more fields, like
Kind of battlefield approach.
yeah. You're gonna slowly crawl and gain different territory. And the more space you gain, then your jungle's gonna have more room to farm. It's easier, less risk. There's all kinds of like. There's a lot of, like this game. There's a lot of strategy involved, where I don't think it's a very good game to expose people to esports for the first time. Whereas Smash Bros, you can watch and it's actually you can understand it pretty easily. Oh, he flew off and died. Okay, so that guy's winning. Whereas this, there's so many layers to it that you, unless you actually play the game or play a game like it, it's gonna be really hard to understand. I used to play a game similar to this called Dota, which is like a more polished version, but it's less popular. And there is. Dota is still huge. Like they have the biggest prize pools anywhere, but the actual player base is smaller. But the player base is more mature, with more money to spend.
It just seems odd that more money more players.
But the problem is, unless you're one of the top 1% of players, you don't care about how much money is involved. Like, and the biggest thing with Dota is like it's a higher learning curve than this game. So players hop in and get destroyed. And I'm just gonna go back to League of Legends.
I'm gonna try and use this for more reasons.
So
Yeah, like I'm just literally
I don't know if it died or what.
We don't need 6, so I'm just gonna force it.
But he's held. He might have went back. In order to buy extra items, you have to go back to base to buy the items. So he might have done that, and then he held back to his
Or 6 though.
He got there before his opponent had the time to push it away from his tower. So he pushed it back.
No, he's
still
pushed up. I'm gonna force
still
it.
pushed it.
Where's Shaker? Shaker's farming way too much.
So they're gonna. Took a risk. There's 2 people in that lane.
Just keep those horns up because Shaker's not doing anything. My red's up, you might go for it. Oh my god.
Probably.
I saw that.
But, oh, it's good.
Okay, good.
Because
I'm hoping Shaker games.
He really? Okay. That's
Oh, I got all my offense on 3.
good idea. Alright. I'm gonna get red. I won't be sick. Oh, so you're gonna mid. Go. You got it. Hold me.
first blood. His team just got first blood, meaning they got the first kill.
Wait, were you were gonna get that.
You get a bonus. You get a bonus for it. So if you get the first kill.
I'm running bot though.
Potentially, but he's going to save his under the tower. If this guy gets close to the tower, it'll do a lot of damage to him.
I don't think we can short time.
Alright. I'm really sorry
But
about
now
that.
we see all his minions coming, so now he's probably going to try and push that tower.
Get a few comp bottom, we could probably get killed in the tower fast. I'm just too low.
I'll look next up. I'm not in my element.
Far out there.
Alright, I'm gonna run. You deserve it so much. Alright, I'm yeah, I'm trying. I'm 6 after 1 cap, so.
Oh my god, you
I come
guys.
going to
Buy more items. Yeah, so that's the store right there. He just bought some. I don't know enough to know. So this guy, see, he's fighting these neutral spawns. That's the jungle. So he's their jungler. That's his position. So he's fighting.
I need more. Yeah, we can shake it.
So if he wants that to fight them, they're just like neutral spawns. They don't fight.
And there's white cap on that girl. Okay, it is infernal.
I'm gonna do golems, then I have all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If we get that infernal, it's a
And
good.
then they rush it. What's he doing? Can you defend that tank lord? I don't care if you don't, I have anyone. Okay. Well, maybe go bot.
He's headed towards.
I'm near bot, but I'm not actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he's just fighting. They're just neutral.
Right. I can smite this real quick and get this.
They just spawn.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not alive.
You get points for it.
You get points. You get experience and money.
Hey, watch out mid.
I know mana.
Shen's AFK, boys.
He's near bottom, so
Oh yeah, shine 6 boys.
he could potentially hop into
Yeah.
the bottom lane to help them push 3v2.
Can we die? No, this is
Yeah,
done.
see, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's going in. That was 3v1.
Shen's,
Back up.
Shen's about to all. Watch
Going
out.
3v1, gotta kill
Yeah,
him.
he ulted.
Yeah, I seen it starting.
Do we want to do it for real?
Oh yeah.
I can think. Oh, thank you. I don't actually have smite, but don't tell them. I can jump in if I have to.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna
that's a
save my
neutral
if I
thing.
can.
Give the but that neutral is like a.
Alright, let's get it.
They'll give a bonus. They'll get, I don't know. I'm not sure how this game works out, but they might get bonus like gold per minute or bonus experience per minute. They're like a buff.
We're tied with it. We have to kill. Good. Yeah. I need 40 gold.
I'm just playing conservative.
You're beating it. Good job. Yeah, you built no sense there, right?
Yeah. That's what I went right into. Now I'm going try after. Try gives me my tank.
We have 2 tanks. It's not horrible to do that, but
It just gives you my tank.
just do what you're comfortable with. Here we go. I'm getting carried. Alright. I have ult, and I want to gank bot again.
Gang buff. Go bottom. Try and
Did we time this match?
Just keep your headset on.
We're not that trying hard. We work circus dodging with top, circus top. 3. Okay, do we know what it is?
Guys, shine the bot.
Oh, it's working.
Oh, I want this. Oh, I need my E.
I can clear it. It's the circus top.
No, if I get my E, I'll push it.
Yeah,
Chat's fine with it so far. They did tell me on the other OBS that it's
Grade 1,
I actually have to
catch them. Even though they're diving past the tower, I'm still going to get the kill. Because the tower is a lot of damage. It's a dangerous.
I can't take tower. I'm not maybe that's waiting. Like, wait for, let's force it. Let's force it. She goes tall. Chicks mid now. What?
So now they're going to get the tower. They're going to kill the tower.
Oh my god.
talking in the chat and stuff. I'm not sure what's I actually think
I should have went right in. I don't know not in. Okay, first tower. Oh my god. Oh, true.
Yeah, so they have 6 kills to the other team right now, and they just took the tower, so they have like a pretty big
Check button.
Yo, flash down.
Yeah, you can just back. Oh,
Alright, it's all yours.
but yeah,
He's right there. Oh no, I'm good. I got my TP.
he's going in. 3 kills. Ready? Ready for kills?
They realize they
Good job.
Great job.
Yeah, they're gonna hit the season.
I'm just running right now. My brother plays it all. This is such a weird setup.
Can I still pull through the tower?
Yeah, you can.
basically
I wanted to go on rock because
this camera's gonna be off. We're just doing this to start. And then once I switch, it'll go in that side, it'll switch into their audio and stuff like that.
Should we get mini bear?
We usually, like what we're planning on doing is have a second camera there, and then they cross over basically, so that you can watch the same
Don
side.
France, the executive director of the SRC. This is Nick Gordon, president.
Basically, OBS, their last update.
that's up to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah,
I lost connection that side this morning, and then I got to work and I got it, and then that side crashed.
yeah.
And that's why it's so touchy. It's all right, but everybody else, switching is cool. But switching is working good.
That's how this is.
Oh man. I'm trying. Sorry.
PC's kind of set up.
Nobody's complaining about spectator mode.
Sorry about that guy in the truck.
Spectator mode.
Oh.
Stop the stream for a second, make a whole scene for desktop, and then go into the game myself, and then go into spectator mode, and then start the stream. That's what sucks about it, but I mean, it's doable, it's not good.
Yeah, we got so we got
You
guys want me to build one?
I know.
It's really good.
Well, that's what I mean, like this is streaming through another stream, the main one.
I can't hear you.
And it's basically back up and all
that's been
and we're watching esports. This is just a backup, so this is running, and then the esports stream. Once the panels are ready and stuff, it's going to switch.
Might not be a good idea. I would say not.
They don't want any
Also, if you have your goals in
they're talking. They don't even want gameplay on
yeah, that's
They asked them about the side view. You couldn't even see the webcam. They said so this will still stream on Lambton Esports 2. We'll spam the chats of people we vote. To be honest, keep people with talking.
You guys want me to keep pushing
Half an hour
off?
talking, then we'll gameplay. play
just
until
want kind of like a
2:30,
professional
and then we're back at the top.
practices on time.
Nobody saw that 9
That
HP.
kind of stuff.
I mean, so I'm guessing it'll be for now, but CSGO, I'll be streaming.
And then we're kind of offering
So I can be spectator mode, I can go through audio.
like the best
Same with Overwatch, I'll be doing that entire day, so.
Mid's really low, guys. Just wanna, actually, bots it.
everyone in school, everyone
At least it's running for the perspective.
Yeah, oh,
Yesterday, when it comes to Steam and stuff,
bring them in to kind of
Oh, yo, mid.
like a
Yeah, mid. I'm going off that.
university players have access to the lab and stuff here.
thank you for years.
So they get priority. These tests are actually bigger. We have
Thank you for YouTube, man.
3 different size tests, essentially. Like there's this one here. This one's about the same size as the end ones, and then the middle ones, and then these ones. So we tried to keep the varsity guys
I warm up. There you go,
over
boys.
here
I
because
broke
we had a
mid.
little bit more nose space and everything. And stuff like that. So that was one of those things. Originally we were going to put the desktop on the monitor, shut the monitor too far.
Bronze 5? What do you love this guy?
We had them like on the side and stuff like
You're not
that.
bronze 5.
Yeah, I am. Right now,
Yeah, it ended up
I haven't played
because it actually accents
Rotate on, rotate on.
and the lights are cool.
my alt's down, so shit probably back.
Yeah, careful, guys.
And then this
I
here
gotta get out of the tower.
is actually going to be weird. So it just didn't get set
Yeah,
up.
this is just back, I think.
So we're going to actually have that.
We have already out. Get that guy. Wait, that guy.
It was just it was a timer. They put those up just to
Wait.
for science.
I have Warbox passive on the pretty good.
Yeah, I actually even walked into it. We're supposed to be somewhere else. So yeah, we're going to tint all that, and then we're also going to tint the outside windows there for the court. So we'll be completely. We were originally supposed to paint it, but we didn't get into doing that.
I'm not a man.
At least we got the walls and.
I'd say just back. I'd say back. We can like win them all
Yeah,
or something. Just spend.
we talked about coming in here and like spray painting.
I'm gonna go crap top and base home. My TP's up.
They are
Power?
Yeah.
So I'd say just back. How much wood do you got?
I'll give Ari that farm.
So yeah, that was the thing. Was
Yeah, 'cause that's my plan.
You're gonna lock
this
this
was
one
wide open.
I should have been nice.
All basically 10 couches. Or 10 old couches.
Well, Ari, you got the board up.
So we.
Much better use of this space. I don't.
In my opinion, yes. Some people like those couches for different reasons. Sure. But they were like plain. It was like.
Let's get this pink right in here.
So
Yeah, I've
Somebody got them on before you get on that.
yeah, we found when we actually like removed them and dumped them, we found them back.
Yeah, it's all bigger, guys. Want to be fair? It's all bigger.
I'll keep the pressure up bottom lane.
But that really doesn't matter. It's just
It's in this one. It's probably going to that. It's not going to the headset. If you
Just
unplug the
just
headset,
push it
it'll come
off.
out.
Oh,
Because this should be going USB.
yeah, just push it off though. It's gonna be there. They're so busy tonight.
usually,
Oh,
you know how on the other one I muted the desktop line? That's why I'm not,
Yeah.
but that's honestly, it's fine.
It don't matter.
When we have when they're in competition, we'll have like this kind of stuff set up. We have a camera from both sides.
look how fat I am.
We'll just kind of get their names out there.
You boys are following my rule. Don't be.
Yeah.
That's one time.
Kind of broadcast. We have
Get sponsorship. I see them right on the top.
we've been working really closely, just in terms of getting set up for partnership with them. Yeah. So they're really interested in you guys. Probably with you guys on this too, obviously. Is that in the education space they want to
Boys don't lose this.
So they've been really good. work with these tools, besides NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is for
Sorry to interrupt. Since we're doing a white background, can we make the chain black?
Just because it's a black background.
Yeah, basically you get to the end, and there's like one last structure as soon as you kill that structure.
I know, but Rick said that one or that one. Can we make this black? You know what I mean? Like, it'll be black.
That's the biggest difference.
Yeah, when you get black, you're near to see your balance. Or like if you're on black right now, I just like every 6 months.
Yeah, the biggest player is
Is it like
I think I was like, the chance they're the highest. First, don't need CSGO probably Overwatch
do you mind if we head out there? Rick's over there. Yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah, did you add another individual to the top? Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's true, yeah, no, you don't. As long as they can hear me. You guys can come in and get like slowly just get in there.
This is what people younger exactly. I still we love it. I started console.
Like 30 seconds late. Yeah, which is a big reason. Shadow's pretty good though. Shadow's
It's going okay, a couple issues there already, but basically, our players are stream because of, yeah, we're ready.
Your soft lane was good, man. You just like did exactly what you needed to. Just like
Which is what I usually do. Like
you were good.
there's no point in doing anything stupid.
Yeah.
Any title or any game, and then it went on and started it. We got like 20 viewers on it. I was telling people to follow it the last 2 weeks, and you guys got like 40 servers or something.
That's hard on that, man.
So yeah, this is what he's doing. So he's got his cameras, taking pictures.
It's 27 people. Some are from the school, and some are asking questions and stuff. I don't know if that person just posted, but I got the video first. That's what we're doing. So basically, I can sit here and type in chat, and mine will have a little green sword, and if anybody puts anything that's not appropriate, we can delete it before we see it.
So do I log in my league and
It's a process. someone said Detroit actually.
Oh, nice. Sounds
I took pre-service fire last year, and then I'm gonna take some gravel classes this year. They got it's really just to get a degree, so that you can actually have something on the resume.
Sorry.
Doing this stuff? So I used it, like this is so I don't
So what's going on? Are we like rotating out from the back?
Yeah, so basically, doing it right, especially when you're good at it. So people will donate money and get paid for subscription. It's like basically they'll post a video, they won't answer any comments, stuff like that. This is live, you can interact with that, send you super chats by sending me a donation. Twitch in my mind is like ideal in that I love Twitch. What's up, Twitch chat? See, with us here, we have on the other side, there's a switcher right there, connected to an HDMI on every single. Yeah, that, plus the camera there, plus it's a
Or depending if my teams are all like it's just like the head.
I have no idea who's who. Eric knows it.
I barely know everybody, I'm just meeting people.
Are you able to go in spectator mode next time you stream it?
It really depends on we can try it, yeah.
Like if you sign in when we do the lobby on spectator, then when you're streaming it might look good.
Through school?
I'm a student here, but I'm
There's new guys to see.
No.
Everybody's all about
Yeah, I'm not good at video games, but yeah, there is
Oh yeah? You're a gamer?
not really. Still do play.
My daughter, she was in college. She was a gamer. She met her husband. Yeah, my son too. He's a gamer. He hasn't been anywhere yet. At least nobody. Yeah, he can do it. He's too busy for a girlfriend anyway.
Does he play or work?
Working all the time. All the time. He writes mobile apps. And he's involved with a startup company. Has a full-time job doing that. He has a car club that he started, and he plays soccer. I want to try to get everybody in. He just does everything.
I was thinking about like, what should I do with my son too? He's like, he did business successful.
There's just not enough hours in the day for my son. My daughter, you know, she put in her time and she's doing school. She's a doctor now, so she's fine. But my son, he's just always been that way. Ever since he was a little kid, he was always involved in everything all the time. I don't know how to do this, really. You need to stay involved with something long enough to just really go in and put some of on something. 25.
Nowadays, he's finding himself around 30. Yeah, yours is pretty much almost all the same. I can see
Mine were just 14 months apart. When they were growing up, they were like best friends. You know? I told them about each My daughter went off to Boston and my son went to school in Chicago. So they were apart and they had a no, they're all back in Arizona. They see each other. They're not best friends like they were when they were 10 years old.
I know you.
No grandkids yet.
You know, James, I know
Did you want me to? You want me to copy those files off my computer? He's got different chairs.
I do. My son, they put it together. Around here when they were building everything. So yeah, some of them, like my son did. Some of the shit.
Excuse me.
I read the letter of the chair. Don't kill me, please.
Why are they doing this to Well, I mean, you want them, don't want to think people are back there when you hear them speak, you can tell they're it's like, okay, great, no big deal. But there's sometimes
I'm ready for the Discord now.
it's just like, you gotta listen to it. I think it's Russian and so he understands Russian. But he also speaks English. Somehow, he ended up with a kind of strange accent. It's very Your husband's from the U.S.
No.
That's what I mean.
He's running away.
I love this.
So.
Do you have
What up, guys?
Did you make a username out of that? Okay, so just pretend your username is They go on Discord and then from that link, don't let my phone close. What does he want? Yeah, I think everybody else is already. I think everyone.
Does that show up for age of weight? Oh no. I can't go delete message. No, I can't see one. I was like, this is share the screen. I don't have to shoot up your poop in Vegas.
You got people in here. No, we got 6 people in here. We got more people. We
got 6. Yeah, this thing. Lambton Esports 1. We got a master.
All right, yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
We have 5 on each,
We just got invited to a Splatoon tournament, right? Invited? There's like so much shit going on, man. It's crazy. Invited? I don't know. I haven't even read it. Thank you, buddy. Lighten up the world. Looks like you got a beautiful smile, Charlie.
Very much of our esports arena. Just before we get into the formal part of our announcement today, as we do before every significant announcement, we want to start with our Indigenous acknowledgement of the lands that we're on. Lambton College is located on the beautiful homeland that is the traditional territory of the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and Odawa First Nations. These three individual nations make up the traditional Three Fires Confederacy. We acknowledge the grace and welcome they have always offered students and staff at Lambton College. Thank you again for coming to this great day. The energy in this room and with the vendors and the little lunch that we had with a number of industry experts has just been incredible. Lambton College has a great culture of innovation and entrepreneurship that starts with our president, Judy Morris, and trickles on down through the senior management team and throughout the organization. And when Rick Brown and Lori Atkin from our IT department brought this idea forward in December 2016, January 2017, around the creation of an esports arena, it was, for some of us, a little difficult to get our head around that at first. But once we started to look into the economy that surrounds esports and the growing industry it is, it was very, very easy to get behind and support. And from the day that we announced this intention for our college to go in the strategic direction, I have to say that the esports industry has embraced us. It's actually been quite incredible, the degree to which we have been able to pick up the phone and get direction, get advice on where we should take this. So based on that, we have a number of industry members here today that have actually traveled quite far in some cases to be here. And I want to acknowledge them. If they can just put up their hand or step forward when we announce them. They are Kevin Hong, account manager with Twitch Student. Sonia Reed, OMG, it's Firefox, and a content creator for Twitch and former Lambton College student. Steve Sheridan, sales manager of eBlue. We're going to get to know this individual well in the next little while. Neil Duffy, president of the Collegiate Star League. Zach Johnson, founder of GG Circuit. This individual was our first phone call when we went in this direction. Charlie Watson, owner, founder, CEO of Set to Destroy X. Mike Baxter, the chief creative officer for Set to Destroy X. Kyle Shabbat, design manager, Set to Destroy X. James Kozacek, subject matter expert in our esports academic program, University of Central Florida. Aaron Esser, YouTube content creator for Twitch and another Lambton College alumni. And Dave Mastrobono, our Lambton College Lions esports head coach of our varsity team. And he's in here conducting tryouts. So this opening of our esports arena is designed to have a significant impact on improving campus and student life. It's going to very much benefit our varsity athletic programming, and it's going to create a shiny new academic program that you're going to hear about today. However, as with any new initiative, and especially an initiative related to student life, one of our premier partners of our college is our Student Administrative Council. And I can't say enough as to, once they understand how an initiative supports students and makes the environment here better for students, they are very, very quick to support it. A great example is the beautiful building, obviously, we're building here on our north end. But this initiative as well. And you can see in this case, the prime piece of real estate that they provided in their student center here to house our esports arena. So with that, I'd like to ask James Grant, our Student Administrative Council General Manager, to come up and provide a bit of an overview of this esports initiative and the Student Administrative Council involvement. Thank you.
First of all, welcome to the SAC building, the Student Administrative Council. This is where we call home. The students spend a lot of their time in here. And we are very excited to be the home to the eSport arena you see behind us. And it's our hope that this arena will further enhance the gains we've made to student life over the past number of years. Today marks the first open tryouts as well for esports and our varsity team. And this team will be held to the same academic standards as every other varsity team at our school. And this allows us to reach a whole new demographic of student. And they'll be able to enjoy some of the things our sports teams have enjoyed in the past, the camaraderie, the teamwork, and the school pride that comes with being committed to a varsity sport here at Lambton College. We've had over 100 applicants for our first team, and you see the tryouts going on right now. So good luck to them as they do their thing back there. And we expect more students to return as they come through and they see this great arena and get into the school year and hopefully take part in something that we have offered there behind me. That leads me to the arena itself. It's the first of its kind at a Canadian college. It's a 21-seat arena, dedicated gaming space that's equipped with NVIDIA BattleBox, Ultimate Certified PCs, and ensuring the best quality gaming experience for our students. Players will have the ability to live stream their games and have access to an OBS client and webcams. The arena is climate controlled and equipped with specialized gaming furniture and great chairs. I had a chance to sit in one for a couple of weeks before they took it back. Awesome. And so we'll also offer a modern selection of esports and other titles for experts and beginners alike. Games will be regularly updated to match the demand of our student body. We aren't just creating a physical gaming space, but a community space, and eventually we'll open this to the public. And it's great seeing so many people here. We're excited to host this, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, James. Again, always great to partner with our Student Administrative Council on campus initiatives. At this time, I'd like to introduce Donna Church, our Vice President Academic and one of my senior management colleagues, to talk to you, I think, about a very exciting announcement around the impact of our esports arena on the academic program. Donna?
You know, there's been an expression for many years, jobs without futures, futures without jobs. And the program we're going to announce today is going to shatter that, because this is about jobs with futures. When we started down this road and looking at the arena, David Simon and the IT folks came to Yvonne Clark, the dean, and I, and they showed us an arena full of gamers. It was the Air Canada Centre, and it was sold out. And they said to Yvonne and I, how does an event like this happen? You know, this is a unique skill set. The people who are actually engineering these events there's new skills that are required in the labor force. We said how true that is. So we started to look across North America. And what we came to understand is that esports is an ever-evolving term used to describe the emerging, and I want to emphasize this, global, multi-billion-dollar industry facilitated by electronic video game systems. In our new College Esports Entrepreneurship and Administrative 2-year Ontario College program, students can take this passion to another level and direction with competitive gaming and develop skills in this dynamic, fast-paced, and ever-growing sector. In our cutting-edge program, students will learn the foundations of business acumen, and then they will have specific program courses tailored to their specific esports sector. Hands-on courses including esports gaming topics, such as the history of esports, industry hardware, software, game design, and computer networking. In addition, the business model behind team management and tournaments are studied in detail, with the culmination of a capstone course. This is where the students take all of that great learning and they bring it into the lab. This is our lab. This is the real world. And we've brought the real world into the college where our students will actually plan, work together, design and execute competitive events. They'll analyze their work, they'll re-engineer what they did, they'll take all of that learning, they'll put it into a portfolio, and then they'll hit the labor market. At noon today, a couple of employers approached us and said, we're interested in internships between year 1 and 2. I thought, brilliant. We haven't really given that much thought. But you see, the people who are working with, extremely open, entrepreneurial spirit and want to see this succeed as much as we do. So our graduates of the program will have a variety of career paths to choose. Esports management, esports coaching, organization, marketing, promotion. Some graduates, and I hazard to say maybe most graduates, may pursue an entrepreneurial career as a pro player, coach, or a streamer, an online player, people to watch. Finally, about the program, we have a wonderful long-term relationship with Nipissing University. Those who so wish to desire can seamlessly, through a pathway, move on, finish a 3rd-year program here, and then over to Nipissing, right here at Lambton College, to pursue their business degree. We're so excited to have this living lab. You know, at the beginning of the summer, we thought, can we actually make this happen? And what I want to emphasize at Lambton, we have an expression, and it is, it takes a village. We had the IT team come together. That's Yvonne Clark, the dean, chuckling. She knows what I mean. Without the village, we wouldn't have been able to do this. We've got Zach coming with us, student success coming with us, facilities, and this culminates in our day today. So I'd like to thank our industry people for joining us. I hope our students find this an amazing atmosphere to both learn and recreate in. And I'd like to thank my colleagues for their support. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Donna. That's a very exciting announcement. That program will be a great complement to what is already a great suite and menu of academic programs at our School of Business, so we look forward to that launch. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Kevin Hong, Account Manager with Twitch Student, who is going to discuss the growth and opportunities related to esports.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I mean, Rick has approached me about 6 months ago at the Collegiate Star League Finals and talked about this thing that he was working on, and I thought he would hit me up in a year. He hit me up about 2 months later and was like, hey, we're building this thing now, we're ready to move. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I scramble to make sure this works and gets off the ground? And now I'm here in Sarnia. So thanks to Rick and thanks for the opportunities for having me here. I think one theme that kind of carries over for all of this is really giving opportunities for students. I think everyone's been saying it, saying this quote, I wish I had that. I think that's kind of why I got involved in collegiate esports in the first place, because I want to build something where I can proudly say, I wish I had that. Back when I was a gamer at University of Washington, I was a top level player. I was a top 14 challenger player, and I didn't have a medium that could allow me to succeed and channel what I'm good at. And seeing Lambton College do that today and making a stance for students is really powerful, and it really makes me excited for the future because we're entering a new medium, and because content creation and esports has kind of evolved in the last 5 years, and it's not going to stop. And having you guys on board really helps enable and push it further. I think being the first school to take this kind of step in Canada and in Sarnia specifically, it's just never been seen before. So you guys are definitely leading the charge, and Amazon Twitch stands by you guys. We're here every step of the way, and we're not just here for day one. We're here for the long term because we're still going to be building things that make us say, I wish I had that. So thanks for having me. I'm excited to get in some games. You're welcome to join me. I'm not as good anymore, so I think me and Sonia will be playing some PUBG, so stay tuned. So thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you, Kevin. That's a great example of the support that I was talking about earlier that we've gotten really from day one from a number of industry folks. So thank you, Kevin. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kyle McVitie, second-year child and youth student and the president of our SAC Student Council. He will come up to talk about the student perspective on this initiative.
Hi everyone, thank you again for coming out to this event. It's really awesome to see everyone here. It's so exciting to have this esports arena and seeing it up and coming and the grand opening happening and everyone's support here. It's awesome. So from the student perspective, when we were first approached by the college on putting up the esports arena, it was a tough decision. We were like, will students use it? Will engage students? Do we think people will be here? And after seeing this, after talking to former students, 2 of which have made a career out of this and just are very popular in the Twitch community and all different aspects of that, it's been awesome. So the more we thought about how video games and all that are becoming a way of life, social interaction. You meet new people, you can play with your friends, you can share a common interest while doing something you love, right? So I would just like to thank everyone for making this happen. And none of this could have happened without the help of IT and the LCGC group at Lambton College. They really set the framework for this. They got it up and running. I'd also just like to thank this fellow SAC council members for approving this awesome idea and making it happen, and then Lambton College for bringing this idea into fruition and having it here. So thank you all for coming out, and I hope this is a huge hit like it's going to be. So thank you.
Thanks, Kyle. That's a great perspective from one of our students. So at this time, we'll be closing the formal part of our announcement, but before we do, I do want to just go through a number of thank yous, and you've heard them throughout the formal part of the speakers, but just want to bring closure by thanking a number of people here at the end. Again, you've heard about our IT department where this originated along with Dave Simon, our program developer. Thank you so much to Lori Atkin, Rick Brown, Eric Brown for their passion, for their energy. They really, again, as Kyle said, were at the core of putting this together. So thanks to them, yes. Thank you to both our marketing department who jumped on board very quick and then were instrumental in leading a bit of a planning team to put today together. Today's been about so many different things and so many different aspects of it. So thank you, Jamie Clowett, and Cindy and Diana and the whole group who came together, and also along with our facilities department. If you've been following Lambton College, you know that this has been a busy summer on this campus. 2 major builds, a number of major renovations. This kind of came up late in the planning cycle, but Greg Thomas and his team with the support of Margaret Dragon really stepped up and got this done. So thank you to both marketing and facilities. We've already mentioned our Student Administrative Council, again, who jumps on board very quickly with initiatives like this. And I would like to give one more Lambton College, Sarnia Lambton, thank you to the industry people. They have come from far and wide, Los Angeles, Indiana, all over the place. So can we give them one more real big And then thank you to the members of the college community and the community at large who have supported this effort, and I know have been very curious, and this is your first look at it since we announced it. And, we will be here for a photo op. The pre-event hosts will all be here to take a bit of a photo. As well, Donna Church and I and any of the speakers will be available to for any media requests. Lori Atkin, where's Lori? Here, and Rick Brown, where's Rick? Over here. They are going to be able to provide some arena tours and tell you a little more about it. So if you want to actually understand the technical side of this a little better, Lori and Rick will be here to provide that. And then we also have in room L208 today, we have a Q&A with esports representatives. So our students primarily have been invited to that session to take part and be able to ask questions of many industry leaders. So again, that's happening at 2:30 in L208. So again, it's been a pleasure. I don't think I introduced myself at the beginning. So I'm Rob Carter, Vice President of Student Success and Campus Services. I meant to do that, but it's a pleasure overseeing this, and thank you to all who planned it. And we will have a photo up here, and feel free to continue to mix and mingle and meet and greet. And thank you for all for coming. Thank you.
We'll just get the speakers to line up in the first photo, and those who were at the luncheon, can you join as well?
Just want to get a couple photos, guys. Melanie, do you have the band? Okay. You got one? Yeah, you guys are going to see a lot more together than that. Get in there. No, you got to get in there. Everyone, I think we're like couple. You guys are right over here though. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, look at me first. Yeah.
Perfect, got it.
Melanie, did you get what you need? Yeah. Okay. You're good. Thank you.
And then anything else, interviews or special.
Okay, please, for those who are going on the tour, please join Lori and Rick, and the tour will begin right now.
Nice to meet you. I'll set some up for next week. Yeah, it's my bread and butter.
Oh, the power okay, I gotta get you. So we have 50%.
Could we not just plug it into a USB port? We have an USB system?
We could. Do we have a USB system? Okay, no, I just want to be sure. I was like, this is the one we're using. I just didn't want to, I was like,
I don't understand why my desktop audio is.
We're getting here.
I don't understand why the desktop audio is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, this fucking camera here
is picking up audio.
It's picking up audio because I don't have desktop. I don't know.
You have to go into settings. It's the only way you're going to change it. And you've got to choose audio. So the desktop audio. Apply. I got you, bro. This is why we were now mute. That one.
No. I want that because I want Discord.
No, I don't want that. You mute the web.
All right, boys.
Is that GG?
Good. I feel like even if I stand in base, he'll just kill me.
Kill him, Jeff.
Oh, we got it at least. No. Oh, what is this?
Winion.
Give me a kill, please.
Did I get a kill? Oh, you did.
GG. Alright, who did more damage? Me or Will?
Oh, you did. You were in lane.
What does that mean?
Were they long lane?
I think so.
I'm adding them.
Add.
I got more kills than you, dog. You added them all?
I did double Warwick's damage. I did double your damage, Will.
I like did no damage. Close one.
No, round two, rematch.
Oh, what?
I'm down to do a rematch.
It won't be close.
That would not be close at all.
Should we trade Will for them?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what, it'll be us off lane. So. I think I might switch.
Oh, so there's that thing at 138.
What?
There's that thing at 130.
That talk?
Yeah, you want to go see it?
Doesn't matter. I don't really watch her, but it doesn't matter. Is it 130 now? Well, it's 136.
Okay. I logged off already. That's dip.
I kind of want to play. I want to learn from their ball lane.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah. If they're leaving, I'll play another game against a different ball lane.
Yeah.
Who added me? Alright, Eddie's finest, Blackout.
Oh, they all added
me. I'm waiting for the other ones.
Okay.
Dude, that was me. Dude, fucking easy.
I know. Dan.
Well, Daniel. Did you see what I typed?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, Dan, what are you doing?
Alright, I want to play another.
I want to play another.
That was just.
I just want my mouse though. That's obviously not the reason I didn't. We got dunked on it. That was a fun game.
I'm sorry.
Blame the support.
Yo, I didn't ward, man. I didn't ward.
Oh, T30. Was it?
Can't remember now. Was it 2:30 to 3:30 or 1:30 to 3:30?
I think it's 2:30 to 3:30. It's in between the classes.
If you're late to the sports, you get in trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if like you're here for tryouts and like you're late.
Wait, who was the ball lane? What the hell?
Wait, what? Alright, I'm good. I don't belong.
That was stupid. Are you going to class?
Yeah.
No, I want to play another game against them.
You guys are bad delinquents.
Last year you went to go look at cars and you're calling us flat. Like, where you at? I'm in London, checking out some cars.
I think I was with you.
Yeah, we might be going Sunday. I forgot wings.
What?
He wants to go to wings.
Does he?
Yeah. Tonight. He's gonna say anything.
Yeah, I don't want to go. Dude, I thought
Wait, so, the best we were was even at 1 minute.
Wait, so they were the ball lane, and who were the other dudes?
I don't know.
I expected the ball lane to be them.
Oh, they weren't?
No, they're the ball lane.
Oh.
Are you? Alright. Yeah. We'll be back after the topic.
I don't know if I'm going to that. Like, I really don't care about that
I
at
don't
all.
care about go, just go. Alright, see ya. Yeah, I should blow the whoosh.
Oh yeah, I need support. But if you want to support, I can play something else. This guy's pretty trash at AD carry.
Yeah. I'm really bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this one. Sweet. Like, I wish they actually had good headsets.
Yeah, that's why we lost.
Yeah, the communication wasn't there. So that's how much better Master is than Gold right now.
You guys going again?
Yeah, we'll go again.
You're getting stuff?
Sorry, I said.
Yeah, blame me. What did you even go? Let's see you went. I didn't do much. I didn't die much. I think I died in the least other team. Yeah, I died in the least.
Yeah, but you also had low jump versus.
No flame, no game. I want to. Oh, you're probably gonna do it too. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Screenshot. I'm taking a picture of this. So he's right.
Right, get it out there.
Like, you should have just said screenshot it. Okay, so I'm not playing virus again. I gotta play someone more. I'm gonna message the AD.
I don't think Cam from the tryouts playing off role.
Pretty sure that's gonna be speed type. Trying to get private. I will fall for it.
Alright, you guys want to make the game?
Yeah, sure. You make it then. This time.
Oh, you make it.
Okay.
That's right. Who's gonna be on your mat? I'm not on mat. I'm not
I was too late. Lambton Esports again.
Alright, guys, game's off.
Invite all
The top one?
Alright, we'll just go. We'll put two.
Which side or what are you guys?
Pardon? We're left side.
Side?
Yeah. Bronze versus Master Sub Wars. Oh, I got another diamond.
Who's ADC on this side?
Me.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you like for
Pardon?
What do you like for supports?
Doesn't matter, honestly. Whatever you're good with. I can play with whatever supports.
He's gonna feed on whatever you play, so.
Whatever you give me will be better than what he gives me, so it's okay.
Okay, like, do you like to be more aggressive? More
I mean, that's their bot lane, so I kind of want to play
I
passive.
played against him last time, but
Yeah.
he was playing as ADC.
Oh, really?
That was on that side we dominated.
Yeah.
But I think his main is support. So.
Yeah. So, doesn't matter whatever you're good with. I mean, like, shield whatever shield support is.
Yeah.
But whatever you're good with. Doesn't really matter to me.
Alright, so it's still kind of uneven teams.
Oh, you came back to this side.
We're silver.
We're gonna make this side winning. That side's
We can
always
try.
been winning. That side's always been winning.
Which one were you? Who were you?
I wasn't in last game.
Oh, okay,
He was
okay.
in the first game I
What
played.
rank are you?
Diamond 5.
Okay, we got a diamond.
Yeah. 1 LP.
Hey. Alright, they got
What role are you doing next to take these ADC?
I just swapped with her jungler, right? So, like I was jungle?
No idea.
Okay, well, can I jungle or do you guys?
Yeah, I'm not jungle. I play AD.
That's right, you were jungle on the last one. Yeah.
I think
I
you're
got
good on
you in the
jungle.
ADC mixed up.
What are you gonna play, Daniel?
I got you in the ADC mixed up because.
Yeah. You guys gonna win them all.
Especially
I can talk.
the Marlins unfair.
Doesn't matter. Whoever joins.
Well,
I guess
we
rather
played
not
against them last, like our game, but
So
they
he's
were playing
jungle, so that's okay.
support.
No.
Because when I first saw that, I was like, oh crap, we got a Master Run in a flat 5
There's
spotlight
two guys.
against
There's either the guy
flat
in
4
green.
and silver 5.
The guy in green.
It worked out.
It's not about winning, is it?
I had a lot of fun too. I have another class in like an hour, but like, you know what? I have another class in an hour, but I was like, you know what? If it's anything like the last one I went to, it was like 15 minutes. It's just like, oh, look, here's the outline.
Yeah, my schedule was amazing. It was like 2 classes, done at 10:30, done the rest of the day.
I'll just add everybody.
Well, I wanted to get all the stuff in now, so I didn't really have to stay after school.
Yeah.
It's like head.
All right.
What are you gonna say?
Do either of you play top?
I can talk.
Yeah.
All right, we need you to talk then, because yeah.
Okay.
Well,
that works then.
So we got top ABC support jungle. I'm guessing mid then.
Yeah.
Oh, we're playing against.
Look what I just did. Let's scroll down.
We're pretty much playing against almost the same team we had.
Yeah, we met.
We played against them and them. Why is there 2 Wilkinsons in here? There's 2 of the same person in here.
Oh, what?
Just try your best.
Doesn't show that for me. The top guy is blackout for me.
Okay.
It's just graphical glitch, I guess.
To say they're.
Almost. Oh no, I'm actually not. Sorry.
Sides?
Yeah.
Just to even it out.
It's kind of unfair.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it still is after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got flat 3, master, diamond.
Yeah, I think they're also. What rank are you?
I bought.
Oh, red rank though.
Huh?
What rank are you?
Gold 5. So.
I'm silver.
All right, they have 2 diamonds and a plat, and I don't know what that gets.
One guy's master. They got a diamond, a plat, and a silver. The other guy doesn't show a rank for me.
So level is kind of wonky.
It's a little bit not fair.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm learning.
It's not unwinnable.
No, we can still win, yeah. Get the diamond fed.
I play tanks.
No.
Well, that's way better.
What is happening? We're at school. Oh my god. Oh god.
I can get it. I'm not in the game. I guess you can copy it. Can you do that? Or do you have to? Yeah, but if he's on the Discord, I can't send it to him. What's your name?
Wait, I added that kid. He doesn't do I'm just trying to add everybody just because.
Alright, I'll send you friends list.
So they're gonna wait if they drop Wi-Fi.
Hey, it's Firefox behind us. I think.
Alright,
Little custom. The next time we're gonna sort out this. In order to do like the spectator mode or whatever, I want to have the same monitor. Because in my opinion,
I don't even know what's happening.
No, I don't know what's happening either. I didn't think this would happen in us.
hoping we can try and make some which I'll be here, we'll be streaming live, run that course,
sit there and actually work on the stream.
Jesus, what is happening?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, kind of. You're quiet.
Oh.
Sorry, 1 sec.
You're super loud on the other side.
Can you turn it up then?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second. Did I actually? Okay, can you leave that server, please? My bad.
You were hard.
I'm not doing it. Oh, you guys just find it?
Daniel.
Okay,
Oh, really? So, I feel like it might be him. I don't know. Because I don't let Spike for safe for. Oh, wait. Is it him? I know these guys are. We played with these 3 last game. Pretty sure this is alright. Just boot Lavoy Boy then? Okay, yeah, I'll just kick him, I guess. We'll see what happens.
What's... Join in if you're not in. We good?
Does that work?
All right, yeah, I think that's a diamond guy, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody in?
I'm in.
You good?
Good.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
What? You're really quiet.
Oh my god.
Oh. You talking about?
Hello?
Oh, you're quiet.
How about now?
Can you guys hear him?
Talk?
Hello?
Yeah, you're really quiet. 1 second.
You guys hear me?
1 second. Talk again?
Hello?
Okay, that's a bit better, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, that's good. I feel like.
All right, everybody ready?
Good?
Yeah. All right, Dan, Jenna. Dan, Malawi.
Just ban everybody we played against with our team.
So, who next? Who?
Malawi.
Okay. I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
What? Why did you do that? I don't know. It's my first time playing.
Guys, you don't trust me to go against Malawi?
Okay. That's it.
Switch?
Yeah. I'll do Twitch.
Okay, guys, communication.
Okay.
So, do we have tanks, guys, or no?
I play.
We have 6 people in this chat.
Because
what's
one of
this?
them, yeah. Harrison guys, streaming or whatever.
Do you guys have all the champs?
I don't have all the champs. No.
I don't either, no.
You do?
Oh, I have all champs.
We're the bottom 2 picks. Hey.
All right. Does anybody want a first pick? If I could do it.
You have Sejuani.
She's bad.
She's dead.
Oh, can you pick me? Can you pick me, Choka?
Yeah. Do you have all ADs, right?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Do we need more tanks, guys, or you want me to?
I'm gonna play him. Oh, I'll type it in. I won't say it out loud.
Oh, why don't we ban that?
Vane Rocka. Okay.
Okay.
You want me to go Nani? Or tank?
You're probably good to go Navi.
I like Leona.
Like Nami?
It's a Leona into Soraka. Leona into Soraka.
Yeah, for the heart engage.
Leona? Yeah?
Yeah.
But it's hard to engage into a master.
All right.
Well, oh yeah, well they are master, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's a Corky one drink.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh no.
I'll play 10 and Malphite's 4.
But it's he's good. Do you guys? Who do you play AD?
I can play anybody. Other than Callista, I don't Callista.
Pick one.
Pick me one.
Oh, pick you.
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Just you know what? Just pick me, but tell me before.
I don't like how that feels. How's Ash?
I'm not good at Ash.
They have Malphite, so don't do that.
I'm.
You're gonna get ulted no matter what.
Okay, I'm good at.
I'm gonna pick her, okay?
Pardon?
I'm going to pick her.
Okay, that's good.
All right. So what lane am I? Oh, what?
What lane am I? Just mid. Am I just mid?
Yeah, just you're against Corky.
Yeah, let's just do it. All right.
Oh, maybe it's just like
Let's do this.
What do you think? Top or mouth top?
Someone else chair keeps flying backwards.
Oh, the lever on the left.
Joe trade.
Oh, great. Sorry, my bad.
No. All good.
All good.
That would have been the fun event.
We ready?
Oh my boys, let's do it.
All right, Mike. I could barely hear you. So.
I'll just.
All right, sounds good.
You can turn him up.
I'll go like this. Yeah, he said 200%.
Oh, he's good.
He's back.
I'm good at things early, I swear.
You always use pings too, so.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They did a heal barrier.
Oh my god. They did that last time too.
We're not killing that guy.
No, I'm just farming.
Guys, I'm just saying we gotta do something wacky so that they're not expecting this. Like we're at a disadvantage.
I agree with that.
What happened? I couldn't hear. Josh?
Oh my god, I can finally click the shop open.
Josh?
So.
Oh, I didn't know if you could hear me.
Well, I can hear you just because you're beside me.
Oh, okay, but is it not coming out from
Alright, protect all. Protect all.
I'll word this here.
Our level one's not bad. Oh, you don't need to ward it, just stand. Because you use ward for lane.
Say it.
Hey, can you curate?
I should have played Orb.
Cutie, is that you?
The camera's pointed over here. Hey, Zix, I need a monkey.
Yeah, I'll sauce you.
If you can beat some guy.
Pardon? Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry. It's just the
Echo.
yeah.
Oh no, I ran the wrong page. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm not messing around with them. They are. Oh my gosh.
It's already not good.
Guys, I heard them. They're gonna gank off.
Oh my
It's
god.
coming, dude. It's coming.
I don't want to like take any.
Oh my god, fucking this keyboard sound a little lower than.
I'm really low. I'm just gonna try to farm and not die.
Okay, I'm ganking mid though. Oh. Careful. I heard you. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna come from behind.
I don't know much about it.
Get back in it.
To death. To the death. Okay, that's not right. Just push up. We're gonna lay you back. Oh, Jared?
J4 there.
Alright. What do I do here? Hey, Jared's going top side. Oh, he's right here.
I'll fight that.
How's ball?
Not fun,
Alright.
but it's okay. I'm just gonna try not to feed
Oh, no,
many
TP.
kills.
TP.
EEXD.
Okay. He's back. Ball's probably back. Oh,
I don't even want to walk in there anymore.
Yeah, I don't have a word for that either.
Yeah, I'll just word.
Jarvin's here.
Yep, Jarvin's a try. Oh.
I can't think ball until Jarvin's gone. Okay, it's clear. I had to get caught. One in. Oh, I'm far away.
It's rocket? Okay, we can. Oh no. Really? Oh hey, Jarvis.
Jarvin flashed.
I can't go in on it, so the thing's gone. Oh no.
I am extremely low.
Watch out, man. I'll show you.
Their maid's gonna.
Looks like they kind of died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jarvin.
Goodbye.
At least Soraka got the kill.
Is Jarvin here? Oh wait, so don't bother. Alright, sorry guys. Okay, I have the wrong masteries.
He's not mid anymore. I don't know where he went.
Jarvin, someone's here. That's probably Discord.
We're that push down there, so I can see if they come back.
Jordan's here.
Comes it back. Oh, I can't.
Got blue?
Margaret's here.
I actually have last chapter, so you can grab it.
Oh, thank you.
On a strike off. He's just gonna alter. Where did they tower off?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this.
Right. Shows there.
I'm getting tower first.
They got it.
I'm fine. Thank you.
I got him.
Watch your
Last box they got first. I'm lucky. Oh, I'm boosted. I bought 2 Kindle gems.
That's so much.
Okay, bots top.
Want to match or should
You're
I
on top
just...
down.
Okay. Does bot want to switch with me or should I just stay top?
We could match.
Okay. Should I stay here till you get? Yeah, I'll stay here till you guys get here. Then I keep on.
Okay.
Ouch, Vayne, please.
Yeah, Vayne hurts a bit.
She's so fast. Because we can't do anything unless we get the rock. When she gets that, she's full health.
I'm pretty good.
We're almost there.
I don't have engage. Oh, okay. 5. I'll push a lot harder. The Megadars? I'm gonna push a lot harder.
On main.
I'm out. I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping bot.
Where is it bot?
Yeah, I'll TP after.
Come back. I have ball. Let them push up. Let them push up.
Yeah.
Porky back, but I don't know where he is.
Oh, yes, package. Can we do a quick shot?
Malphite's here.
That's a rocket?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Alright, Corky has package, so be careful. Please mid.
Yeah. Jarvan's there. Corky's here. I
Corky's
should
going
back
top
up.
too.
He's gonna cut us off.
No, he's going back. Jarvan's still coming up. He's probably about here right now. Jarvan's right there.
Malphite's coming by.
Just keep the 1+1 up. Bruce nothing.
Corky's coming by.
Corky's right by, yeah.
Good job. Good job, guys. We're doing good.
Daniel, be positive.
I said we're doing good.
Yeah, that's weird. You're being positive.
Oh, I thought you said Daniel be positive.
Is that 4?
What if we can do anything, man?
He's in all the show. No, don't bother. We don't need.
Okay,
It's up to the bench. We're waiting for Jinx 6.
Our wave pool is actually really good, so we could probably hold on.
Rock is here. Oh, they got red. Okay.
Oh, my dad's trying to kill me.
Dragon's up in a minute. It's an Inferno.
I should. I'm probably just gonna leave, man. Not really doing anything.
We can get right here. I'll be in a second. I'm going up.
she has red, so she hurts. Oh.
Come in.
Hey. You're going on Dragon?
Fine.
Okay.
I'll pull Dragon out. That's not gonna do too much.
They're pulling drag out.
There's an elf. Don't club. We need Narc.
I don't have TP. I mean, I have TP.
You guys ready? I got my ult.
I right now. Nar's here. All right. Careful, Nar. Oh, no. Oh!
I'm so strong, I can get him.
So we got the dragon, guys.
Yeah, I got the dragon.
We got the drag? Sweet.
Nice. 2 for 2 and we got dragon.
Daniel. What on?
That's me. It's your boy. Oh, Quirky Flash.
I got it. You know, it's pretty good.
I have tabbies now, so I should be Gucci.
Oh, I should have bought tabbies.
Nah, man, we need the
Might just
damage.
match top. Don't know where their bot lane is.
Malphite's bot.
They're probably going top.
Someone's here.
Corky River with package.
Oh, this game's much closer than last time.
Nice. Oh, what?
Oh my god, so close.
Is Rocky? I can't even ult him. Rock has heals.
Want me to TP mid?
No. No, you can head up though.
Okay.
Main might be top.
J4 head
No,
down.
they won't be top.
Whoops.
I have to head on.
J4 is
Just
coming
wait
from
here. We don't know where it ends.
He's right there, guys. He's in the back.
I should get. I'm able to get this. Just hold.
Maybe never won that. Jarvan like. That's one.
Malphite altered.
Watch. Oh, dude. No. Oh, free bot tower. We don't engage. We're down people. We're down players. Okay, you're crazy. Well, I'm blocking. No way. You don't like that?
David, you're tilting him. Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. Uh-oh.
Just proving that again. Yeah, that's fine. Red's up. Come get blue.
Third bot side is blind.
We'll have to defend what's it?
I'm trying to get damage on mid turret.
We'll just say around. But we need to send people by.
Okay, I'll go by.
My ult's up in 1.
If their bot's missing, they might be coming mid. Before is up there.
Okay, careful, we don't have any words here.
Yeah.
You want me to do it? Alright. Anybody want rest?
I'll come grab. I'll do good with it.
Yeah. Jarvan's coming here. Did we get him? Oh, no. Coming your way. Don't bother. Okay, we got Nara to sign. It didn't work.
Watch out, they're all mid.
Yeah, we're good.
Setting up for dragon mentally.
We're taking top.
We're taking top.
Okay, can we take Vanilla? Can we take that?
Okay, I'm
Probably not. It's also
Watch out. No.
yeah, they're going tier 2. Oh, mid.
They're heading. They left top.
Wait, okay.
They're heading mid.
Switch up mid. They're gonna come from behind us, and we're gonna be ready. They're here.
I don't want to just do on the arm.
They're rocket.
Guys, I'm launching.
Kobe.
Fuck.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, that's awful. I'm bad. Okay. I could have killed him.
I think we're fortunate.
How'd you guys do? Oh, we actually won that. Dragon top in 3. How much do you want that? Let's go get those. Vayne's low.
Yeah, the two.
I'm up in 25 and I can.
Okay, just do as much damage as you can. This might go bad. How those are.
They're coming.
Okay, we're turning. We're taking off. Okay, yeah, Vayne.
Fades. Yep.
Alright, got that right?
Yep.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, finish it and run for your life.
Yeah, I'm just heading top. Here.
Corky's package.
We need more healing reduction for Soraka. So,
Alright.
Jinx, I need you to get the executioners.
Yeah, yeah. I'll buy that next right now.
I need MR for Corky.
Malphite's coming from bot. Malphite and Soraka.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my ult on kill then.
Alright, can I put his package? Oh, go. No.
You guys want me to? Oh, get back.
Okay, can we get Soraka? Focus Soraka.
Want me all?
Okay, careful. Oh my god.
Fade zombie, fade zombie. Oh,
Okay.
shoot.
Close. Dude. Not. Straka just healed the ball.
Push it, bro. We can end it. It's like 30 seconds. Alright. I'm just gonna push on the turret.
My bad, guys.
I'm working on it. Like, when you get time.
That's unlucky.
Pretty sure we don't kill Rocka, we lose. What? We have
Yeah.
to kill Rocka. Wait.
It's hard to get through though.
Alright, I'm out.
Yeah. I had her.
Oh. I think I should just quit. They only can kill me if they burn rain, and
Alright, guys, I'm basing.
we can win the fight without them.
You guys want me to live see Raw for more pressure?
Who's up? Alright, they're gonna run right down mid.
Rain and Bob are top side. I'm heading over here. Can you push it slowly? The match better. Thank you. Can you push it? I can keep her here.
Run bot.
Van altered. I'm dead.
Are you guys dead? If they walk up, we're engaging.
Oh, Vayne no.
They didn't walk up. Okay, okay. Just no body.
You guys, I'm in all six. You guys ready?
This Melvin wants to engage. You kill Straka? Oh my god, I'm bad.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Alright.
Oh,
I'll start it all. I can do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, we got this, Josh.
Yep, I believe. Not really, but
Hey, we almost brought it back for a bit. That was pretty good.
I don't know. I thought we were doing alright.
What's up?
I thought we were doing alright.
Yeah, we did good.
I think it's pretty good. I think probably once we got like a Baron, or not Baron, like that mid fight where we just got ace.
Yeah.
That's probably the cutoff.
We won like 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah.
Oh, does it look like it's over yet? Who's gonna win?
I don't think they.
Alright, that's my rock. Oh, of course.
That fucking
He's bald.
oh, that fade. Yeah.
Please no, sir.
Gee.
No.
Alright, well. Come at me. Yes, you give me a kill.
Hey, James got a kill. It's over.
I had 2, thank you very much.
This side could just not win.
Huh?
This side just can't win.
Which one of you was that Corky?
Alright, well.
Who's that Corky?
Really?
Corky?
Well,
Are you the Corky?
We have a break.
I like you. We have a break.
We have a break right now.
No,
So,
I might
Are we
get
going
off.
again?
Oh, I'll go you.
Hey, let's go, man.
Yo, but we got a good mid now.
Ooh, the sub, the last minute sub.
Oh, come on, one game.
Go.
One more game.
I don't want to play AD against a kid.
We got our boy finished.
I mean,
He keeps
they're probably combined. I'm D5. We can work some. Oh, yeah.
Who is what rank is everyone else?
I don't want to play AD against a kid.
Huh? Flat.
Oh, dude, you're doing great even before then.
Alright.
What are you talking about? You.
Yo, man, just fucking camp me, dude.
Nobody plays Alawi these days.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Just no, man. I think we made a funny scene. I looked over your stand right after.
We're just trying to stall surrender now, please, with our bands.
The lady left her mouse here.
Oh, really?
What happened?
She left her mouse.
Was she any good?
She was silver. Silver 3. Silver 2. It's hard to tell because like, guys are masters at diamonds, so it's hard to tell. Like, because it even like makes me look bad.
We did okay.
Yeah, we
We
did.
did okay.
There you go. Hey,
I just lost at CS.
We didn't do good, but we did okay.
that's all you can ask for, man. Honestly.
We're doing all right. Any tips?
Alright, let's go.
How do you like my bring it out of the night? How do you like my Naruto?
I did all right. I got fucking late, but I did okay. CS.
Rolling me.
Alright, good.
Yeah, the Rock of Vane with barrier heal was in Unkillable. That wasn't fun.
Let's fucking.
What?
I don't even know, man. Yeah, oh yeah, hard stock, yo. Hard stock.
I'm actually.
Oh, you are. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, it's bad, dude. Yo,
this is why we should have gotten well under siege.
Dude, they need to take an L, man. They need to decide too long.
Too much. Too much.
Yeah, they need to take an L.
This is when we clear them. Hey, you know what? I got one thing you guys don't.
Huh? Hey, what do I got?
Level 3.
You know that's actually that's why I'm in gold. I'm trying to keep the color scheme, you know.
Yeah, I feel ya.
Just gotta.
Wait, is that honor 5?
Yeah.
Nobody honored me, dude. Toxic, I guess.
You just gotta unmute him off the start of the game.
I'm not toxic.
Level 5. What do I have? Level 2.
Yo, you're so toxic.
Dang,
I'm not
wait,
even
you
that
got
toxic.
What? Don't you start at 3? Or do you start at 2?
I'm not even that toxic.
Toxic. Yo, have you seen like a lot of the other players here? Like, they don't say the 2 jumper.
Yeah, they beat me twice.
Is there any
in a row.
other
It's not fun.
There's a 5 player, but he's in. Oh, that guy's.
You know, it feels bad, man. I'll never support you.
Okay, good.
Huh?
We're never gonna make the team.
No.
That's.
Yeah, I think I put the assumption after you smashed the first game.
Yeah.
Hey, it's fine.
Do you make it?
Feels bad.
Yeah,
We'll just make it recreationally.
and then listen, you don't gotta worry about me, man. All I do is play
Right.
around Swans
Like
here.
playing five.
Man, I might have to sneak that from you.
It's not that fun when I'm just playing
You can
games
play
Smash. Like, kids are masters
Wait,
of
what's
Why am I here, dude? I'm here to win, man. What do you mean, why am I here?
No, I'm saying, no, but what was that person playing beforehand? Like, what do we need to do?
Oh, no.
Josh.
Oh,
An idea.
no.
Go on
Who's
that
playing
side
AD?
and figure
I'm
out.
here to take the W.
Who's the AD?
I'll play AD again, like, but I just get smashed by them.
Alright, listen.
Like in lane, like
do you
I'm
want
like,
support or do you want AD?
huh?
Would you rather support?
I'm not a bad support.
Wait, are you the support? Yeah,
did
but
support me.
I went better. I was better cop because I wasn't against them.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, we just gotta ban all the shielding supports. I'm telling you.
Lulu, man.
Soraka, Jana, Lulu.
We just need to get the 5 bans. 5 bans in here.
I mean, if you, yeah. All right. I'm down. Okay. Yeah.
So you want Rocker?
Yo, house rules. They're not allowed to use both hands.
That's the problem.
They're not allowed mouse.
Track pad.
Man, I can blast.
Hello?
Track pad in here.
Like Lulu, all these answer. Yeah. I don't build.
Yeah, we're just playing one more game because we're on break right now. Then we come to the class.
I go like fucking balls to the wall, man. Dude, take off the
Yeah, we still have an hour left in 8 minutes.
So we're heating up either team.
We're playing one more, then I'll head to class at 2:30. What? On this computer?
Yo, are we going?
I'm good. I don't know. Do you guys want me to make
Make the thing again. Josh is gonna make it again.
Do you want me to? Mike, I'll support you if you want. I'll just play. I'm not a bad support. I used to play support, so I can do it. Whatever you feel. I'll make it again. Sign most people.
It's like it's my 3rd year now. Yeah. Yo, I'm saying fuck volley. I'm mid, man.
Wait, was Awoken King playing last game?
Who? I don't know.
I don't think he. Oh, he is. Yeah.
So why am I in 2 places at once?
Let's go, Mike State Farm.
Yo, did somebody steal my name?
Holy fuck.
All right, so we got Diamond.
Is that good? Keep talking.
Alright. Yo, this is my first game. We got stung, man. That wasn't even
You were doing pretty good though.
I know, but man, like I came out of lane and fucking person on the map.
I'm playing support.
Oh, I think I can carry this. Wait, the Twitch is 17-0.
Yeah, it didn't even matter how hard we.
Let's fucking go. You go. What do you think? Oh, decent. Oh, CPAT. Got 2 years ago.
We have some Melissa here that we're going to do more from. And Eric.
Okay, we good? Is this
set? Y'all set?
Are you guys good? Okay, so welcome to the Lambton Esports grand opening, where we've opened an arena here. We've announced an academic program, and we're starting a esports varsity team as well. There's been a lot of activities, so we're starting the stream a little late. So sorry about that. And I just wanted to thank particularly our guests for coming. A lot of them have flown from far away or long drives. And it's really an honor to have these people here today. It's been really cool. You guys have been really awesome. So I'd also like to thank Set to Destroy X particularly, and the guys that they have been helping us out with the stream, and they've been absolutely amazing. So they've been great. So the mics are just down there, just in case they're hidden from everybody. You can actually pick them up. And I just wanted to kind of start off. Everyone could do just a brief introduction and let us know how you got into the industry. It could be on.
just in general, trying to create programs and experiences for students to get engaged in esports. I'm also a researcher at the University of Central Florida, where I've kind of spearheaded a lot of research on esports and just trying to understand what it's like from the student perspective.
Thanks, James. My name's Neil Duffy. I'm the vice president of the Collegiate Star League. We are one of the world's leading collegiate esports communities. We're present on over 900 campuses in North America, 70 or so here in Canada, with 28,000 active student gamers across 10 different titles: League of Legends, Dota, Counter-Strike, StarCraft. We've got a really exciting league this year with over $200,000 in scholarships, and we're thrilled to welcome the Lambton varsity esports team.
Hi, my name is Kevin Hong. I'm from Twitch Student. I help run all of collegiate for North America and Europe for Twitch. I started in gaming and esports about 2 years ago. I was playing on a challenger team, try to get really good in this industry after watching League of Legends World Finals in Season 2. Decided that this was going to be what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, and now here I am 2 years later. So I'm excited to be here, so thank you.
Hello. Hi, I'm Aaron Esser. I'm an online content creator for YouTube, mostly. I do mostly Nerf gun videos, gaming videos, Call of Duty videos, a whole bunch of different stuff like that. I think I got invited here today because I'm right from here in Sarnia, and I'm a Lambton College alumni, so I'm super happy to be here. And thanks for the invite, guys. And it's awesome meeting everybody. So yeah.
My name is Sonia, or OMG It's Firefox, and I've been doing Twitch and YouTube for about 4 years. And I actually went to Lambton College. I took CPRO, and now I'm here. Now I'm hanging out. That's all I got.
My name is Charles Watson, owner, founder, and CEO of Set the Destroy X Esports, based out of Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. We were founded back in 2010. We currently operate in 15 professional titles spanning across PlayStation, Xbox, PC, mobile gaming, and Nintendo Switch and Wii U. And then we also have a very diverse Twitch platform and content development team, as well as an esports documentary series as well. Very excited for the opportunity of working with Lambton Esports since the beginning of the year here, and ultimately moving forward with them as the program and the arena moves forward as well.
Great. So as you can see, there's obviously a huge swath of different parts of the industry here. Everyone's representing different parts. And as such, our talk is kind of going to be a little bit of everything. We did have a title, but it didn't really cover what we're covering. So I wanted to kind of ask Neil first. The esports industry itself is set to have year-over-year growth of around 41% to 696 million this year for revenue. How do you think that's going to translate to the collegiate esports space?
The growth is going to be exponential. We've already seen it on the Collegiate Star League side. I've been involved for coming up on 4 years. When I first started, we had 175 campuses. That grew the next year to 250. From there to 450. Last year, 9. Be competitive through the campus series and dual, or Division 2, which is more casual or social, or Division 3. It's an outlet that people can go with their gaming passion and be around like-minded people. So you're going to notice that it's going to start in the high school level. There's already teams forming and competitive play there. And then once you get to college, university, by the time that the next generation of students are coming through, you're not going to even have a differentiation between traditional sports and esports. It's all going to be about competitive play and inclusivity on campus, and then that'll translate across the board. And the growth is still, we're still in the infancy right now. In 3, 4, 5 years, the industry will be completely different.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on right now, and we're trying to get ahead of the curve here and kind of attack that right away. So yeah, we're seeing that too. Kevin, so we've announced an actual academic program
where we are now, and we're
students to get involved in the space. We don't need to hire from each other anymore. There's new students entering the space. There's new blood, new energy, new talent, and that's welcoming, and I think that's refreshing. Tired of getting from different companies trying to snipe each other. You know, people come to Blizzard, people go to Riot, people go back and forth, people go to Activision or Facebook, Amazon, whatever. So it's great to just kind of see a new pool of talent. I think it's a space for everyone to be in. So I think college is taking the right steps.
All right, so feel free as well, if anyone has ideas, if they want to say something, feel free to grab the mic if anyone. So switching to media from the individual perspective, so this is kind of an emerging category of sport, and it's different than other sports that we have, first of all, a fairly tech-savvy audience. There's the immediate personal media reach that's just built in. It's not like some other media organization grabbing something. People are going out personally, such as Sonia and Aaron, and creating their own brands and content without having to do much except for have a webcam, have some hard work and some software. As streamers for you guys, what do you think the role of traditional media is going to be as we kind of have this feeling out process between new and traditional media?
Well, it's kind of interesting, and it's something that we all know, obviously, because we're here today, that there's something here. There's something in esports, there's something with collegiate esports, there's something in just gaming in general. And now that I'm noticing that mainstream media is kind of trying to dip their toes into it, and they're trying to get involved, it's cool to see. And I think that the more exposure that it's getting, and the more people that are paying attention to it, and the more mainstream people that are paying attention to it, the bigger it's going to grow. And I think just the fact that they are paying attention to it now and trying to get into it, that there's something.
Can I input on that one?
Yeah, I think that the mainstream media just getting involved is just going to get bigger and bigger. I think YouTube and Twitch, everything is so much more on a personal level, and so you can just reach so many more individuals, and I think it just affects a larger media and massive people.
Just to add to that, I think when you're having traditional media really starting to come into the space, and as Sonia mentioned, kind of dip their toes into it, the biggest hurdle that all of ourselves as well as organizations or businesses is really about education to individuals that are new to this space, right? So once you have where TV's coming on board and doing leagues and broadcasting that content. What's really important is that you're educating individuals that have never heard of this or seen this or been immersed in that world yet. So that's an ever growing challenge that we're trying to fix and to help grow, not just as personalities but brands and the companies as well as just the normal industry and space as well. So it's really important about the education side.
So I kind of wanted to ask you, James, since you've been around this so much, the varsity esports space is relatively new. Like club teams have been around for a while, but the actual varsity official sanctioned teams are fairly new. So do you have an idea of what the players' feelings are towards transitioning from a club team to an officially sanctioned varsity team?
Yeah, so the support that students are getting from their varsity campuses or their institutions now is tremendous, right? So if you look at an institution like the University of California, Irvine, back in the day, they were able to attract thousands of students who would get involved in their clubs, and now they have a way to actually provide a large amount of content to those students that have a facility on campus that have, as their place. They don't have to go running around campus looking for a room that can house them anymore, and just having that support from the administrators to show that this is something that's real, something that their passion is something to really try to grow out. The shift has been tremendous for the students.
Do you feel that there's any, so we are transitioning to officially sanctioned teams, and we have had instances, quite a few instances from a club team where players will go pro and they'll have to lead that team. I know there was talk about the CSL panel, the grand finals there. So what are your feelings on that from a school perspective to try and keep people to do the program, finish up, graduate? What do you think the school's role is in that, and where do you see it happening?
Yeah, I see. As long as schools really have an understanding and a pathway to the success of those students, so that they know what to expect when students leave to become professionals, and kind of understanding like how they're going to be filling that role in the future, like what considerations a student should have when they look at these team contracts that are being given to them. I think a lot of like screening through the potential teachers for their students and just helping to provide their expertise is going to be critical. I think Neil can probably talk a lot more about this than me though.
Sure, I think there's an interesting story here with the industry being so young and the contracts not being at the level, the pro contracts that is, not being on the level of the NBA or the NFL, where if you were to leave school as a junior to go play in the NBA, you're most likely going to be set for life. You're going to sign a multi-million-dollar contract. Whereas if you were an individual who was going to leave your scholarship and your program and then carry on to a pro career, the lifespan is much shorter in professional esports, and it's also much more unpredictable. So there was a case at UCI with this gentleman, Young Bin, who left to go compete for Team Liquid and League of Legends, and he was cut after one match, and he had to give up his scholarship, and he was academically ineligible. So he was really put in a tough position. Luckily, Steve and the guys at Team Liquid, they came in and they rectified that, and they're going to take care of him. But the institutions need to prepare their students and educate them on the sense that if you go out and you get offered a contract for $40,000 from one of these pro teams, and that's your annual contract, maybe there's some stipends and some bonuses that come into play with that, you're likely not setting yourself up for a great long-term trajectory. Whereas if you finish up your engineering degree or your business degree, you're going to have that background and that knowledge that you can then carry on and have a successful career, whether you choose to pursue esports professionally or in the administration side of it or the coaching side of it, or you get completely out of esports and just go into the general business world. You're going to have that knowledge and foundation to really set yourself up. So I think as an administration, it would be wise to monitor the students, create that relationship and open rapport where you can have the discussions about what each instance is and judge it by a case-by-case situation. The other thing I will speak about and the power of collegiate esports, I was having a conversation, it must have been 2 or 3 months ago now, with someone from Robert Morris University, which is one of the powerhouses when it comes to collegiate esports and the first founding varsity program. And they were in the recruitment phase with a student who was a passionate gamer, and he was trying to decide where to pursue his university career. And he was stuck between the great esports program at Robert Morris and the support and the foundation and the inclusivity there, or if he would go and accept his offer that he had from Stanford University. And for people that are a little bit older that recognize the power that comes with Stanford, it is a world-class institution. The Robert Morris is a great college, but it's in a downtown school in Chicago. If I ever brought that up to my parents, they would whoop me, say, "You're going to Stanford." But that shows the power of collegiate esports, where a student is more concerned about how he's going to fit in on campus and how he's going to fit in and make his friends and be a part of that community than he is about what the name on the piece of paper is at the end of the day.
Thank you. Kind of wanted to ask Charlie, we were talking at the event there a little bit about how we run an esports team, what is the best way to run an esports team, and do you see similarities between running a regular sports team and an esports team? I kind of see that there's big differences. So do you think they should be run similarly, or are there different things that should be accomplished there?
It's a great question. First of all, there's a lot of things that you can take from the traditional sports market. So, it's really your recruitment, your development, how you want to develop a player and really see that cycle from, where they might be an amateur player and growing up to really being a veteran within that title or that game or whatever. So there's a lot of similarities that you can take from traditional sports market. But what differs, and Neil kind of touched base a little bit on it, I believe James did as well, is that the life cycle is a lot shorter, and it's as we are still in our infancy right now within the esports marketplace, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to get it up to that level, to where we need it to be, so that it is recognized, but not just the community and the industry, but ultimately, people outside of our marketplace. So there are a lot of similarities, but once again, it's a completely new field, and for ourselves that have been in this industry for 7 years, and Kevin mentioned this as well, is we didn't have the tools or the means to really know how we were doing it. So it's that old saying that, first through the wall is a little bit bloody, and the individuals that really pioneered and developed this marketplace, had really set a benchmark for everybody else moving forward, and it's that experience that's going to be able to, work with a college like Lambton Esports and say, all right, we've done this, we've been there, we can help you with this, as well as with your student body, to not only work with them cohesively and efficiently as they're in their program and working at the arena, but ultimately setting them up for great success after the program. And Donna had mentioned that earlier today in the speeches and in the announcement that once again, it's trying to involve yourself into an emerging market and know not where we are today, but where we're moving forward tomorrow, and how are we going to set our students and the people that enroll and ultimately invest their time and money into something that's going to lead to great success for them in the future and give them more opportunity. So that's what I think is really exciting for not only myself and Set the Destroy X, but ultimately all of us in multiple different facets. It's really exciting to be a part of.
I don't know, really quick. So, I mean, looking at the intersection of traditional sports and esports, so there's a large amount of sports franchises that have been picking up teams. So look at the Milwaukee Bucks, the owners of the Washington Capitals, the Miami Heat, as well as in Europe, there's hundreds of different smaller football or soccer teams that have picked up players. But most of those are not run by those organizations directly, right? So the Miami Heat isn't coming in and running day-to-day team ops for those esports teams. They typically retain the talent, the esports business side, and make sure that the people that really, really understand this scene are coming in and organizing that, right? So they're not replacing staff completely, they're just providing more resources, the brand name, the logos, and really just showing that this is the intersection of traditional sports and esports. This is something that they're setting themselves up for the future for. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly to that point. So Collegiate Star League was acquired by Cineplex, which is in the same realm as what James is talking about, that they're looking at how can they engage the fan of tomorrow. Cineplex is a movie theater, movie exhibitor here in Canada, and they're looking how can we engage that next generation of fans. And the power of having a team like what Charlie's team is, they're a behemoth in the Canadian esports sector. But if you could have someone like MLSE who comes in with a structure that can provide that to a guy like Charlie around sales, sponsorship, distribution, media rights, press, all of that knowledge that the traditional sports sector has, having that kind of amplification pours gasoline on the fire in esports and makes everything that we're doing that much closer to that end goal of being on par with the traditional sports scene.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing that, for content creators such as yourselves, like I had said before, that you guys can come up from just having a webcam and doing a lot of hard work and making it work, and you become a juggernaut in a relatively little period of time. And then there's got to be a cooperation between the traditional and new media. Seems to be kind of the way that things are going. So it's very exciting to see, and that's great. Now, we were talking a little bit about stability too within the organization. From a content, organization perspective and everything is kind of up in the air. Like Sonia was saying, there are traditional companies coming in and dipping their toes in the water, and maybe they're leaving, maybe they're staying, or maybe they're bringing back or going more forward into this. Do you see a stability, this is for anyone, do you see a stability eventually coming to this in just basically not having everything so kind of up in the air?
Hard to say. Because I feel like even on a platform like YouTube, YouTube's been around forever. And then even I think it was last year was the adpocalypse, where there was all this stuff all this stuff was happening, all the advertisers were pulling out, and personally, I was making 28% of my revenue on YouTube alone. So it's such a drop, and you never know when stuff like that's going to happen. You never know, and that was one of the biggest things when I was getting into Twitch and YouTube that I was told is that it's scary. It's scary. It's not something that you can depend on. Always kind of have a backup plan. There's always something going on. There you go. Freshen it up. So yeah, it's hard to say if there's ever going to be that stability. Because I feel like it's part of the realm that we're in. But I feel like something like this, especially at Lambton, starting the arena and having everything going on, it's definitely setting a precedent for other colleges and everyone wants to join in and maybe get some sense of stability. It's tough in this industry.
Yeah, sorry about the noise there. You're doing a lot of work.
I had a nice little ambiance. It's nice.
Ambiance, yeah. So I'll speak to that. Great, so that's pretty much all the questions, but I just wanted to, if you guys wanted to say anything specifically, if you had anything that you wanted to bring up or kind of talk about at the panel, you could do that now if you like.
Well, kind of on that last question, so about the stability of esports. So, I mean, I just look at like what's happening with the individuals in the scene as well. Like, I think it was Kevin that was mentioning that, you know, in the past it was, you know, us just hiring people that we knew, right? So we would just like, oh, I know Kevin, yeah, he worked with me on the project in university back in the day. Yeah, we'll pull him in, we'll get him to work on the project. Or like myself, like, you know, I used to work with the Collegiate Star League back in the day, and now, you know, working with Blizzard's Collegiate Esports Initiative, TESPA, doing something very similar. But I mean, like, we're starting to see that more and more people are starting to get involved, and we're starting to see, like just in general, more opportunities for everybody to get involved. Before it used to be like, oh, such and such got a job at XYZ, like, oh, now that job, that's one less job that, you know, I could get, right? There was a lot of like heavy envy between people like even 4 or 5 years ago. Now, there's so many opportunities out there, it's insane.
I think to follow up on the stability point, it's interesting for us around the room because we can look around and some like Aaron or Sonia or just regular Lambton alum, but if you were to take them to a gaming convention, you wouldn't be able to really have a conversation with them because their fans would be pulling them in every direction. And the amazing thing for both of them, and Sonia especially, is her stability comes in building her personal brand and transcending just gaming. And she's going to be able to, and she has already from our small conversations, become someone who can be the face of ads and hosting other events and going into whether it be different industries and being successful in that. So although gaming is the launch pad, the end game is her personal brand and being a successful host and entertainer and really for people on the ad side of the business, she's a great conduit to the millennial audience or the younger audience to promote their products in an authentic way because she came up from the YouTube side and the Twitch side of the business, and that's the best way to get out in the market. So her stability is pretty safe.
I'm blushing over here. Thank you.
So to talk about stability, we really believe, like at Twitch, we really believe in making our partners successful. We really believe that they can depend on us for creating the best tools to make them successful. There's no other ways around it. For us to make everything work, it's a two-way street. So that's why we built out such a crazy partnerships team. If you ever met anyone on our partnerships team, they do whatever it takes to make sure our partners are happy. And it's really simple if you think about it. The tools that we build, we ask our partners, like, what do you want us to build? Like, we're here, you're our boss. So that's how we look at it at Twitch. And I think when I was talking to Sonia, she was able to name like 3 or 4 people that work on my team. And that means it really helps to put a face to the name. So we make sure that we get to know everyone. Even at like the Twitch parties or like our spotlights or our meet and greets. It's really cool to just have the internet come out and really allow people to create content and be successful. And we're here to like make tools to enable that.
Twitch is honestly a family. I'll say
Right,
that.
yeah.
Every time I go to a Twitch party or an event, it's literally my second family. I just wanted to throw that in there.
And just to add on to that as well is when you're talking about disability, you almost see that right here on this panel. Is you have people from all parts of Canada and America, and from different aspects of something that's going to create stability when you bring all like-minded individuals that are passionate and enthusiastic about what they do and who they work with. That's literally the definition of stability right there, is being able to bring everybody together to the same goal or same vision. So that's once again, being able to bring everybody together is something very special, and that's what's happening here at Lambton Esports and Lambton College.
And as much as we talk about the industry being big with these huge Newzoo numbers, it's also very small. Charlie and I met for the first time, 3 years ago. We've collaborated on so many projects and tournaments, and really grown up over the last 2-3 years together, which has been a lot of fun to see the growth on his side, growing his team to what it is now, and coming on and winning a lot of our tournaments and taking our money. So kudos to that.
Great, well, I guess that concludes it. I wanted to thank you all very much for being here and for the input again, the STDX team were great in helping us set up, and we just had, of course, James and Neil and Kevin and everyone helping us out, and it's been really fun this last day. So I want to thank everyone for also listening on the stream, and we actually do have a live audience behind us, so a whole bunch of people from the industry as well, and schools. Oh yeah, sorry, we actually did lead time for audience questions, I forgot. So are there any audience questions you guys getting on the chat that we wanted to talk about?
Or anybody in the audience?
Yeah, anybody here?
There's a microphone up there.
There's a microphone right in the middle.
Hi Charlie, I'm a little interested in the
There's a lot of
Yeah, if you can get the microphone straight.
Hi Charlie.
Hello.
I'm a little interested in learning more about the documentary that you mentioned. Are we going to be seeing you on Netflix or?
Yeah, so you kind of spilled the beans a little bit. But once again, we so at Set That Strikes, we in collaboration with Mike Stacks Baxter. I worked with Mike for several years now. But right now we are 6 episodes deep into an esports docuseries that we are aptly naming Destroyers. And this is something that right now we are currently pursuing licensing opportunities and to work with such a platform as a Netflix or an Amazon or something of that case. That once again, we are right now not only showing the back end of what we are doing at Set That Strikes, and what we've done is we follow our competitive teams all over the world, from China to Paris to anywhere that you can think of. I think we've been out to more than 30 to 40 events just in the first 6 or 7 months here so far. But once again, it's in creating that content, it's going to give a window to someone that's maybe not familiar to esports or gaming or even the business aspects, and it's being able to capture those intimate moments or things that you don't see or don't witness personally. It is what we're really bringing forth into this documentary series, as well as really bringing towards the community and what we're doing here in Canada. And once again, as we're filming here this whole week, what we're doing with the college, it's being able to kind of bring all those things to be able to convey a message to someone that's in the industry or not, and say this is what we are and who we are and what we're doing and how we're tying everything together. Hopefully that answers your question.
Thanks. Sounds like another winner.
It is. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I think the one thing that I appreciate the most about this too is that, and I kind of talked about it a little bit with a couple of you guys earlier, is a lot of people don't realize what goes into content creation, especially esports too. It's huge. There's so many behind the scenes things that you don't understand. People are like, oh, you play video games for a living. And whether that be for content creation or whether that is for esports. There's so much training, and there's tireless hours, and there's a lot put in, and not only just for what you're producing and what you're competing for, but your personal brand, and like building your own business and keeping up with your social media and making connections, going to events and blah blah blah, all on no sleep. So it's very tiring, and a lot of people don't understand what all goes into it. So it's really nice to have a window for people who don't maybe not even know anything about the industry in general, but getting a better sense of the nitty gritty of what goes into it. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
And just to add to that, yeah, it's just not a 9-to-5 job. I can definitely tell. I'm sure I can speak for everybody here on the panel today. It's a 12 to 20 hour day. It's especially when you're an entrepreneur and you're passionate about what you do and being your own boss. There's literally no sleep, and that's really exciting. It's fun. It's hard work, but it's not made for everybody. But it's definitely it's for those people that are extremely passionate about what they do.
Yeah, there's a saying. I work 60 hours a week to avoid working 40 hours a week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk how late you were up trying to get videos done for today?
That's right.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, until
The
4
grind.
in the morning last night. And I got Q&A questions sent to me at 3. And I was like, I still got to edit this video out. But yeah, it takes a lot of work. I guess I can just add the stability that we were talking about earlier. That I think everything in this media is going to change. YouTube, Twitch, streaming, gaming, everything is going to constantly change. But the people who have the personality and just put the work in, they're going to be the ones that survive. The people that work hard, that go to the college here, and the people that put the work into things like this, it's just going to work out. And they're going to be the ones still standing at the end. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents, I guess.
Good. Well, we don't have. You're good? Okay.
So I just had some comments to make, and I feel like I have so many things going through my head, and everything that you guys are talking to is so relevant, and I feel like it's relevant to me from the perspective that I've been in the IT field for, I don't want to say how long now, and the fact that we're on the academic side too, and to see this coming together is really exciting. I think the one that's sticking out the most because of today is what Sonia brought up about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You know, when people go to YouTube, they just see those videos, they take them for granted now, and you don't understand, like, this is, you know, case in point, all the stuff going on right here to make this live right now. It makes everyone understand how hard these people work. And there are so many aspects to this field. And I guess if I could just ask for some opinions regarding, you know, Lambton, we're just getting started in this field. We're really excited about it. We want to do it right. We want to do it for the students. We want to do it grassroots for the esports community. And I just, any advice you can give us as we move forward from here, today is the day. So if you can just, anything you can offer, that would be much appreciated.
I was kind of speaking about it earlier when we were chatting a little bit. I think the biggest 2 things, especially with esports and everything, is, I mean, consistency. Being consistent with what you're working on and being consistent so people know, I mean, especially for content creation, people know when to find your content or where to find it. But I think ultimately, the number one thing that I've probably learned in the last 4 years of doing this is taking care of yourself and not getting burnt out. Because I feel like Twitch and YouTube and any kind of content creation, you know, you grow and you make money, and you gain this whatever for as much as the effort that you put in, if that makes sense. So when you realize that, hey, like, I could just not take today off, I can keep going, and I can keep growing, and I can keep getting more of an audience, and I can keep, you know, doing this and this, or I can get an extra video, and you keep going and you keep growing. You need to take kind of a step back and realize, and especially in esports too, you're probably like, you know, I need to train a little bit harder for this, I need to keep going, I need to do this. Once you kind of take a step back, like, kind of taking care of yourself and making sure you're not burning out and making sure that you're, you know, listening to yourself and just taking it easy sometimes is extremely important. And that's probably the number one thing that I've learned in 4 years.
I think we can all take that advice.
Yeah, not even esports or gaming, in general. Take time for yourself. Yeah. It's my new podcast. Advice to Sonia.
I guess I would say let the students decide and let them create, enable them to succeed, and if they fail, let them fail and let them get back up. There's no other ways to learn other than that. From building the University of Washington Gaming Club and then going from there to Twitch, I've worked with many students around the world, and the ones that are most successful are the ones that are enabled by the peers around them. So you guys being their peers and now being their enablers, just let them do what they're good at, and yeah, that's all you have to do. Just watch them succeed and find other ways to remove obstacles when you can, but it's okay to fail.
Yeah, and I was just gonna kind of add that to Kevin just kind of stole that a little bit, but yeah, very well said. Is allow them to create, and as much as, you know, activity is so important, and being able to be genuine with your student body and who you work with as well is absolutely key. Is, you know, communication and the ability to inspire them to be able to want to create, and a lot of that is happening here with today's announcements and everything that's going on, and that's why you have so many people all believing in what's happening here in the vision. Why you have so many different individuals and personalities and characters and partners and companies that are all working here together is because they see it, and they see the communication and how everybody's working effectively together, and it's really being able to inspire not only the current individuals but ultimately a new generation and generations to come as well.
Yeah, well said, Charlie. I think, Lori, the advice I would give is stay agile. The one thing that I will say, and I think we can all agree, your flexibility, you know, David and Eric and Rick and yourself, our respect for you is immense at the pace that you guys have developed this program and made this launch happen. So stay agile, but also provide structure. When I think back to what I was studying in my university career, I went to University of Western Ontario and studied history and geography. Now, there's not a lot in my day-to-day that really provides me any benefit other than I can name probably half the capitals of the world. But having a program like you guys are developing around relevant topics, whether it be someone's passion in esports or the business or economics of the industry, and giving them that foundation is, we can all agree that the industry that we got to know 3-4 years ago, or Charlie 7 or 8 years ago, is completely different than what it is today. So having the flexibility and agility in your program to develop and shift and see where it goes, and keeping your program relevant as you get new students. And those students then go into the marketplace and hopefully come back as mentors and advisors and give you direction on where the jobs are and where the jobs are heading, and then adjusting your program to fit the students of tomorrow. I think always listening, to Kevin's point and to Charlie's point, to the students, but also to the working professionals, and keeping that in mind, that you're creating not only the workforce of tomorrow, but the leaders of tomorrow, and keeping your program in line with that.
Excellent, thank you.
I think that's an absolutely perfect way to conclude this stream and this panel. So again, I really want to thank you guys for flying from far away and driving and the whole 9 yards. It's been one heck of an event. So thank you all for coming. And that concludes the panel for today. Obviously, we all watch this and spread the links and everything since it's been recorded. So that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Should we do a group photo?
Hey, good job, man. Do it right here. Huh? Yeah, just trash. I got class. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. You have to log me up. Yeah, you can log up just for have a. Yeah. Like log right into the GG. Oh, you go. Did you brought it all?
they have faults. We'll try to build a little nest. Yeah, try to
Okay, what time are you heading out to the airport? Oh, that's right. I was supposed to speak about it. Oh, really? I looked at it, I was like, there's a point. So now snag your email. I got, you got a good photo too of you.
And that's kind of what I kind of practice. At the end of the video, if it's like, yeah, if this happens, like, they can build that.
Where are you headed now? Almost down. What's your
I was thinking something, but I never did. If you think they're going to
well, we should chat. How long you traveling?
And then you can bring yourself out because she's having trouble. So I didn't have a say. She ever said it. It's very true. You get addicted to it and you're going to feel better. And then you're still going to make that shit. Yeah, but then you're not happy. Then you're not happy.
No, because we're Singaple's fun company. So we always hire hosts and guests to do our community series 45 times a year. So right now we're doing a $90,000 C-score tournament. So we retrofitted 25 years faster, which is huge. But then also with HSO, we're doing 3 grand finals next year. So we're always hiring talent. So
it doesn't work. It don't work, I swear.
That's good. So we hire influencers too, just to promote the US. So we've got a whole one guy manager, influencer marketing. We always hire people just to watch the stream or go check out simplex.com /.
Oh, there's a savage teaching here, bro.
Interesting thing is, especially brands are looking for help and represent. When I speak, we're doing sponsorship stuff. They're always saying, well, how can we get people to promote our brand? And they don't really care about the tournaments. They want a voice. So someone just called out and said, okay, we've got $50,000 for this campaign. Where do we put the money? I don't want my voice. I can offer you a really great tournament, but they want to reach out to us. So that's pretty good. I'm sure you're well guided, but there's always opportunities that come to us. I don't want to put the money in. We can make it happen. We're pushing it. How many times we get to? He said exactly that. He's ready for the Oscars? Great. The budgets are I got YouTube. But we need this project to be started and executed by the end of the year. So we are 20 days away from the end of Q3, so great, let's do it. I'll shoot you guys the text. Well, take
Actually, I'm going to be like Aaron. Yeah, we'll be able to share. I'm sure there's a lot more things to Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got all my contacts. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Looking forward to planning some stuff. Get some, at least to start off, we should get some exhibitions once our teams are both formed. Like we're planning to have our teams ready to go by the end of the month. Basically by mid-October, we're hoping to have our facility open, plus our jerseys, our players, all that in place. So. Have you worked with anybody yet for jerseys?
Yeah. So we're going to first years ago. So we've connected Central Strikes because they're just my
okay. Oh, okay. There's a company near London called Acquire. That's what we're working with. Acquire. They do if you follow like UMG, which is all the big Call of Duty tournaments. They're close to so somebody that you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, he told me about as soon as I get all the names and sizes to him about 2 weeks. And our jersey's designed already, ready to go. I haven't worked in coaches' jackets right now. By the end of the month, I'll have all the names and sizes together.
Are you guys incorporating your?
We have in terms of what? The varsity athletics.
Like the logo.
We've moved away from that, and that was kind of honestly from the athletics perspective, like because the thing about us, we don't want OCW. So stay away from it. We'll stay away from it too, and let's build our own thing because money is too important in esports in terms of cash prizes and players making money on Twitch, players making money on YouTube. All of that stuff would be gone, and then why would anybody go to it?
Neil, I got a post coming out with you here in a second.
We're not going to take them forward. Just trying to facilitate their
As soon as OCW starts putting their head in, no more scholarship money and no more we're trying to stay out of that. We have the right people. We can build our own. You know what I mean? Like if we work together, create our own leagues, work with Neil.
And just from between
you guys have an arena. We'll have our things too. We can go back and Awesome. It'll be about probably same time, like mid-October. We'll be ready to start planning this thing. As is right now, October is pretty busy, but then November and December open up, so we might be able to plan an exhibition. Awesome. All right, man. Thanks for having us.
So what's the login for the computers like themselves? Password? Like these ones? For the ones that like
I think I even did most of them.
Okay.
Well, they're logging on to 50 subscribers or something like that. There's friends and family. I just
Well, you just said there's so many unlocked information.
If I'm free, I would say I'm from the show. If you took that initial risk and you had some success, right? And you need that something there to be able to go. If you don't have any don't quit your job and go start Twitch. Until you start having revenue, that's when you do it. Yeah, there we go.
So we've got 6 episodes. Yeah, it's awesome. So he was a lineman. Always huge jump. We're the next line. So he's good.
Oh, dude, no. Jump out of the carpet.
Dude, I want to try out for the scholarship, so I kind of wish I was a student here, so I would have an excuse to like hard every time. Online courses.
Wait, what? Yo, actually all my life. Yeah, next point for me. Actually, yeah, exactly. That's I'm not verified right now. Scotty, you're verified.
Yo.
Better choice than I would have been. Yeah, not at all. We're like, so literally my actual entire life. It might be like my existence.
President sleep.
What do we do for it?
Play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Garvey, I mean, honestly, like, the sport with, like, there's definitely big
And it's,
Garvey will stick around shape.
And
have fun. Go off there. On screen, like that shit is like that's stuck screen,
You go back in, it matters.
He has an official badge. It's got more, but just
Got sacked and lone rock in the field.
Just parking too far. Yes, and we have to do one.
And I'll throw it over.
Yeah, okay. We're just gonna do a little thing. Whoa, whoa, that's zoomed in. Whoa,
I like that.
whoa, whoa.
They pushed away.
Is there a class in L208 right now? This is L208. Oh, no, that's right. And 208? And 208?
I don't know what.
Kids need to play with.
One guy plays yeah, don't worry. They cover all the
We're
so much fun to do.
Yeah.
But we always got invited to CC. They invited our school as like the beat 'em up school. Now we like, well, we can't host our own tournament, lose it.
It's crazy that's
We're hosting,
actually
we're
happened.
guaranteed
Like, I don't know,
winning
so
here.
Rick Brown and I went to CES in Vegas last year. Yeah. And we went to see everything. Yeah. So we went to like see everything. Everything was set up like the arena type thing.
So like the circle or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like
The staff. Yeah.
So it's just so funny watching him like try to get that working.
Did you guys?
But like it was so low light.
That's like 36 cameras.
It was just so funny like
No, I have to head to my flight.
So we saw like the whole like arena set up, and he was like, "I want to do this for us," and I was like, "Sure, yeah, like it's probably not gonna happen." And then he's like, "No, like we're gonna do it." I'm doing a lot of social media stuff, so I'm usually going on Twitter, and I'm usually
that's like
yeah.
That's not saying it doesn't. Which is better. Yeah, so that's awesome. Have you been doing it? It's just we're gonna start every week. The partnership is started. Okay. I didn't think it was gonna happen this quick. Nobody is. I was interested. Here or all.